Okay, so let's assume that a church has done the hard work of putting a policy together, they're doing training, they're staying on top of it. But are there any areas where you've seen any chinks in the armor, where even if a church is doing that, where issues might come up?
Yeah, well, we could talk forever where the issues come up, but let me just focus on one. I think it's a peculiar liability and weakness for a youth leader who has high values, high moral standards, to believe they are immune from this as a character defect, therefore they're immune from there ever being a problem. And I think this arises from a understandable thought pattern of only deeply disturbed or perverted people would ever cross one of these boundaries. I'm not deeply disturbed or perverted, therefore I never will cross these boundaries, therefore I don't have to think about it too much. And what this ignores is that in the creation of us as human beings, as sexual beings, neither God nor evolution ever drew this bright line between an 18-year-old high school student and a 20-year-old youth volunteer, or 25 youth volunteer, or 30-year-old volunteer, as you will never be attracted to one another. Adolescents can be attracted to young adults or older, and young adults and older can be attracted to 17, 18-year-old young women. This is not an attraction that is going to be always out of sight, out of mind because you're a good person. It's an attraction that comes with potentially just being a human being, and it makes the boundaries all the more important. Where we didn't see behavior go over the line, but where we checked it anyway, was I would never do anything with this high school student because I'm a very morally upright college student. But as soon as they graduate, it would be okay to have a relationship. And so if we have a little sparky, flirty conduct now, as long as I watch that boundary, it's okay. That's a setup for a slippery slope of behaviors. And we used to have a little rubric that I think is worth repeating when you train youth leaders. There are hundreds of millions of people on this planet, and there are hundreds of millions of people that you might choose to have a relationship with now or in the future. There are 36 human beings on this planet that you will never have a romantic relationship with, ever. And they're the ones in your care right now. Don't begin to think that you're safe from misconduct. Don't begin to think that imagining something later is okay. Just rule this group of people out. It will never be okay. And I think setting high upstream boundaries to check relatively innocent imaginations that become less innocent is an important part of training.